Hello guys, that's the fuel tap cleaning. Just show you quickly, just a quick advice before you start do anything with your fuel tank. Just drain fuel and preferably give it a good wash. So that's what I just did. I give it a good wash, washed it first off fuel cock, washed it all outside. So it's nice and kind of pretty, easy to work with. Just drain the fuel. As you can see it, that's what came out of it. And look, that's what came out of this this tank. Ugh. It's a not pretty picture, innit? So basically, don't be afraid to clean your own tap. You know, it's pretty straightforward. All I would recommend, just wash all the parts thoroughly before you take them apart, and obviously after. All I got left to do now, just gonna put some fresh fuel inside it, rinse this tank thoroughly, you know. But look how much muck is I don't know if you could see that clearly. Look how much muck is on it, you know. So obviously when the bike stopped on me, could have been dirt, but look, it's got a nice filter. I don't know if you could see it. It's got a filter on it, so I don't know if that would be a problem, you know. But I'm gonna give it a good clean, and hopefully that will solve my issue, you know. Because it's nothing wrong with the tap itself, you know. But look how much dirt is on it. I wonder, this fuel these days is not that good. When I was cleaning my carburetor a couple of weeks back, all the jets, you know, were like a kind of like a green, you know. It was like it's a water in the fuel, which I remember, say 20 years ago, when you stripped the carburetor, there was none of this problem, you know. All the jets were nice and in kind of a golden brass color, when now green, you know, means obviously that to me means it's water in a fuel. Or maybe it's not even fuel anymore. Maybe it's just ethanol or methanol or whatever it is, you know. Or maybe the fuel station just mix it up, the fuel with ethanol, because it's cheaper to produce. I'm not sure, don't know. But that grease, that whatever it is, gunch, or you know, I'm gonna make a fresh container, and I'm gonna clean it in it, so you can see how much muck is on the bottom, you know. But to anyone, just don't be afraid to take it apart. As long you see that black seal, I don't know if you could see it very clearly because the light is reflecting. You know the gasket, that seal. Well, you have to worry just to don't smash this gasket, you know, and you could reuse it many times. As long it's not perished or cracked anywhere, should be fine. You've done this many times, you know, and you can put it back together and should be fine. Obviously, if you want to buy a repair kit, it's fine with me. But I never done it, so you know, I would if the gasket or anything else, if the tap was leaking, or you know, anything other than that, I wouldn't change it personally. So my next step, I'm gonna clean this cock thoroughly, you know, show you in a minute how much basically looks like a sand to me. Looks I don't know, and you know, hair, and God knows what it is. I show you because in a minute I'm gonna drain it all through a clean piece of paper so you can see it. I'm gonna pause for a minute and we'll be back in a second. Right, all the parts been washed thoroughly. And look, that's what I meant earlier. You see this brass pipe? Back in the day, when I remember, anything was been dipped in fuel, been like a proper brass color, at least like this type of color, you know. I don't know, strangely, for some reason, about half year ago I did clean this stuff, so I started to have like a little suspicious someone might throw some muck down my tank, because look how much crap came out of it. And you know, not long ago I did clean this tank thoroughly, you know. So this is like a pack of hair and all this fine dust. You know, I always put like a clean fuel in, so you know, it's a bit strange for me. I think someone sabotaged the bike, to be fair, but you know, don't want to point any fingers, but it's very strange. Alright, another thing, and it's a quite a, you know, lot of settlements on the bottom of this jar. I don't know, you probably can see a little dark line on the bottom. That's the all settlements, you know. And I got 2 jars of it. Well, what I'm gonna do, I will wait till tomorrow and will filter this old fuel through, and we'll reuse it to wash this tank as a first time. First time we'll wash with this crap old fuel, and then we'll wash it with some fresh fuel. Again, you know, this fuel this day and age, it's not that good. I'm gonna just put yeah, that's another thing. Lucky managed to you know, all the rubber gasket, or you know, they all came in good. You know, they're not perished. They're nice and soft. You know, so I'm gonna put everything together without need to buy a rebuild kit. Look, that's the quick tip. You know, that's this o-ring go in there. You know, this is basically main sealing sealer. So just a quick tip, because everything is just extremely dry after washing it up, you know. So if you just basically rub some grease with your fingers just to make it nice and kind of greasy a little bit, you know, before you put it all together. I wouldn't do anything with that, but just that o-ring, because the parts moving constantly on it, you know, so you don't want it like a damaging. Yeah, so everything been washed thoroughly, you know. It's unbelievably amount of muck in it. So I don't know, I'm gonna show you like in a better light, you know. So every, I don't know if you could see it, everything is nice and clean, ready to go back. So I'm gonna just put everything together. So as I said before, just don't be afraid, you know, it's not a big job. All you have to do, just drain the fuel before you do it, or even if you don't have that much fuel in it, you can lay your bike on the side and you can simply just take a fuel cock off. I don't know if you could see inside very well, but it's all nice and clean. It was unbelievably dirty, considering how half a year ago I did clean it, you know, and I did wash the tank as well. So that's very strange, you know. This main stream of fuel